January 27th, 2022. Thanks for watching the Calvary briefing today. Recently, I read an article by Trevin Wax. He had COVID some months back, and as many who experienced this illness will attest to, he lost his sense of smell and taste. For a couple of days, his children would play games with him where they would give him Skittles and ask him to guess what flavor he was eating. The joy of food was gone from Trevin's life as he had this particular variant of COVID. Here at Calvary, we do have a number of people who have had that illness and are presently experiencing that illness, and occasionally people will lose their taste their taste and their smell. As we think about our lives with Christ, Trevin Wax expressed his desire that we as God's people would not experience spiritual COVID, where we would lose our taste for God. When we look at our coming to God in the first place, we think of Psalm 34:8. Taste and see that the Lord is good. We experience that when we come to Christ. We taste Him. We see His goodness. We experience that goodness. And we realize that it isn't about doctrine or theology. It is about our relationship with Christ that gives us this taste for God. We know that in life, it's possible to develop new tastes. I will never forget the time as a sophomore in high school when I ate my first salad. I was shamed into eating this salad because I was at a table full of people that were eating the salad, and for the first time I had a salad with some salad dressing on it, and I had never wanted to have a salad before, but my tastes changed. We know that as we look at our kids as toddlers, green leafy vegetables are not always their favorite things to eat. But as we come to Christ, we can develop new tastes. We have a new taste for God's Word. We have a new hunger and a thirst for God's Word. In Psalm 119, the psalmist says, "How sweet your word is to my taste, sweeter than honey in my mouth." We never get over that longing for pure spiritual milk, the gospel basics, but our tastes for God change and grow over the years. One of the things as a pastor that concerns me is that people that I know and love would lose their taste for God. And there are things in life that can cause us to lose our taste for God. Ongoing sin, the ongoing battle with sin, suffering, sickness, all these things can cause us to lose our taste and to have a spiritual COVID experience. Sometimes those who serve Christ to a greater degree in the church can be even more susceptible to spiritual COVID as they experience some of these things, sin, suffering, sickness. They can become more easily discouraged. But we are thankful that God is the great physician, and God can restore our tastes. In Trevin Wax's situation several months ago, one day he opened the microwave oven after heating up a plate of leftover spaghetti, and he smelled the delicious smell of Prego spaghetti sauce, and he said it never smelled so good. God can restore our taste for Him as we plead with Him, as we continue to go to Him for our nourishment. A.W. Tozer wrote this: The Bible is not an end in itself, but a means to bring men to an intimate and satisfying knowledge of God, that they may enter into Him, that they may delight in His presence, may taste and know the inner sweetness of the very God Himself in the core and center of their hearts. If you are at a place today where you find it hard to taste and see that the Lord is good, don't stop eating. Keep going to God and His Word. Eat every day, no matter what the meal is, and no matter how flavorless it may seem. Ask God to awaken those taste buds again, and wait for the day when, unexpectedly, you're jolted by the sudden smell of His grace, and the savor of His sweetness returns.